It is day 20 today. It is February 17th, Monday, and we are taking the Unit 2 practice quiz. We're going to go through all of these together. And if we finish early and you want to try to take your quiz today, you can, but that's totally up to you. So, it's just 2 sides, 12 questions, and 2 bonus. It shouldn't take us too long. We'll just start with the first side, numbers 1 through 4. We have one-step equations where we only have to do one step to solve. So, let's remind ourselves of our inverse operations. I'm going to make a little key over here on the top of my practice quiz. Remember, the first thing we do is we undo addition and subtraction. Second thing we do is multiplication and division. So, on question number 1, I have 15 plus n equals 4. How would I solve this?
I will put 15
Yes. Go ahead. You're both correct. I hear put 15 under, I hear subtract 15. Perfect. We're going to subtract 15 from both sides of our equation where this equal sign separates the sides. What do I? Equals, you said, what is it?
N equals 11.
Very close.
-11.
N equals -11 because we are taking away more than we started with. I started with 4, I subtracted 15. So anytime we take away more than we have, we get a negative number. So n equals -11, and we circle our answer. Any questions on number 1? Okay, let's look at number 2. 3n equals -27. What's 3n mean?
Times.
Times.
You gotta divide 3 on each side.
Yes, divide by 3 on both sides. Okay, my 3's will cancel.
And you bring n equals 9.
N equals, yes, -9.
Wow.
We have a negative number divided by a positive number, so we got to be careful, pay attention to our signs. That is correct. Perfect. Okay, number 3, I have n over 4 equals 2.
You gotta multiply 4 on each side.
Yes, this means n divided by 4. To get rid of division, we multiply by 4 on both sides.
N equals 8.
N equals 8. Perfect. Very good. And number 4.
And add 15 to each side.
Good. Add 15. My 15s will cancel.
N equals 18.
N equals 18. Good deal. All right, so there's our one-step equations. The only thing that you got to be real careful about on these is those negative numbers. Remember, if you are subtracting a larger number, you're going to get a negative answer. If we are dividing or multiplying and our numbers have different signs, you'll also get a negative answer. Do we have any questions about numbers 1 through 4? Okay, well, let's move on to our 2-step equations. This time we have to pay attention to what needs to happen first and second. Remember, we always get rid of addition and subtraction first.
You gotta subtract 4 on each side.
Good. So for number 5, we subtract 4 from both sides.
Bring down the rest of your column.
Okay, so what am I bringing down?
The 2 n's
Mm-hmm.
and 18.
Good. 22 minus 4 is 18.
You divide by 2 on each side.
Perfect. Now we divide by 2.
Your n equals 9.
N equals 9. Very nice. Any questions on number 5? Okay, let's look at number 6. -3 plus 5n equals 77.
You add -3 on each side.
Oh, yes. We're going to, so I hear 2 different things. Add -3 and add 3. Which one should it be?
Add -3.
3.
Ooh, okay, so let's talk about it. If I add -3, this will turn into -6 because I'm starting with -3 plus 5n. So really, go ahead.
-3 from both sides.
We are subtracting -3 from both sides. So what's really going to happen is we're adding 3. Because here's what's happening. We're thinking of this as, think of the plus sign as an and sign. I have -3 and I have 5 times n. If I want to get rid of -3, to go from -3 to 0 to get it to cancel, we would have to add 3 to it, right? So we're trying to get this gone. I want to get rid of -3. This is the same thing as -3. We're looking at the sign in front of the number here. So we always just want to do the opposite of whatever that sign is to the left. So if I have a minus or a negative, we're going to do a plus. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so we do +3 over here, and where else?
Under the 77.
Good, under the 77.
Your brain cancels.
My
and
brains.
5n equals 80.
5n equals 80.
And then you multiply it by 5 on each side.
So I have 5 times, good catch. 5 times n, to get rid of times 5, we divide by 5.
N equals 16.
Ooh, let's see, 80 divided by 5. It is 16, yes. N equals 16. Okay. Do we have any questions on number 6, or is there any step or part we might want to talk about or go over anymore? More than happy to. Okay. Well, let's look at number 7. Now I have 4 plus n over 4 equals 12. What should I do first?
Subtract the 4 on each side.
Good. Let's subtract the 4 on both sides. And what happens next?
4 cancel out.
My 4's cancel out.
You can bring the column down. N over 4 equals 8.
8. Good. N over 4 equals 8.
Then you times 4 on each side.
Perfect. Now I'm going to times 4. Multiply by 4.
And n equals 32.
N equals 32. Perfect. Okay, any questions about number 7? All right. Number 8, last one on the first page. I have n over 3 minus 4 equals 6.
You gotta add 4 on each side.
Good. Add 4 on each side.
Your 4's cancel, then the n over 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that equals 10.
Perfect.
Then you multiply by 3 on each side.
Multiply by 3.
N equals 30.
Yes, n equals 30. Amazing. Great. So that is the first page of our practice quiz. Numbers 1 through 8, just one-step equations and two-step equations. Now before we go to the back side, I want to ask again, does anyone have anything we want to talk about on this page? Anything at all? Okay. Now, make sure that you guys are taking good notes on this practice quiz, because you can use it on the quiz, and the quiz is pretty much identical to this. So if you've got good notes, you're gonna do well on the quiz, okay? Let's move to the back side, or do you ladies still need it? Okay, here, I'll leave it up for a minute. I'll go ahead and just pause it, let everybody get caught up on writing. And we will flip to the back side. Now we have our multi-step equations. There's some tricky ones on here. Okay, so let's start with number 9. Remember, we just do one step at a time. we need to get rid of addition and subtraction first. I have two options that I could do for my first step on number 9.
You could either do minus 5 or plus 4.
Perfect. I could either do minus 5 on both sides, or I could start by doing plus 4 on both sides. Either one is fine. Let's do left to right. I'm going to start with minus 5 on both sides. Okay. And so when I subtract 5 from both sides, what happens?
The 5 cancel out.
Good.
The rest of your problem comes down.
Okay, so I'm going to write 3n minus 4 equals 11. Good. All right, now what should I do?
You add 4 on each side.
Perfect. We'll add 4. And what happens next?
4 cancel out.
Beautiful. 3n equals 11 plus 4, 15. One more step.
Then you divide by 3 on each side.
Yes, divide by 3.
And your 3 cancel out.
Mm-hmm.
Equals 5.
N equals 5. Very, very, very good.
Yeah, it don't matter how you do the problem, you could get the same answer.
That's right. That's right. That's what the beauty of it is. You could do it either way. You can start with the plus 4 on both sides or the minus 5. You will still get n equals 5. Do we have any questions on number 9? Okay. Let's take a look at number 10. That's right below number 9. Now this problem is tricky because I have one side of my equation over here. All of it is a fraction. I've got 3n plus 1, and it's all being divided by 2. So what do I need to do first here? This one's a special case.
Take the 2
Mm-hmm.
and divide it into the 8.
Divide it, hello. So we have 3n plus 1 divided by 2 already. So we're trying to get rid of this divided by 2.
2 times 8. 2 times
Yes.
2, and take it times the 8.
So to get rid of that, we're going to take everything times 2 on both sides. Yes, we're doing a practice quiz. There's some at the front of the room. Okay, so what happens over here on my fraction side? The 2's will cancel. Good.
And that will be 16.
Yep, 8 times 2 is 16. What do I bring down?
Down 3n
Mm-hmm.
plus 1 equals.
Good. 3n plus 1 equals 16.
Then you minus 1 on each side.
Yes. Subtract 1 on both sides.
Your 3n equals 15.
Oh, and we end up with the same problem as the one before.
So then you divide by 3.
Yes, divide by 3.
And it's the same answer, n equals 5.
N equals 5, same as the last one. Good.
It's a different problem.
Yeah, just a different problem. Same ending answer though. Good, good, good. Okay, so that's number 10. Do we have any questions about that one? Okay. Give everybody a minute. I see lots of people still writing.
I'm on the next part.
Awesome. Yes, if you're done with number 10, you're allowed to move on. That's fine with me. I see a few still working on 10 though. Okay, are we ready to go to number 11? All right, so number 11 is also a little different. Can somebody tell me what's going on in number 11 and how we might start it?
You gotta take 8 times 5.
Ooh, yes.
And 8 times 5.
Perfect. We can start with this with two different methods. The first method that Jessica's telling us about, this is distribution. We're multiplying everything.
Start moving away.
So 8 times 5n, what's that going to give us?
40 in,
40n
Minus 40.
minus 40, good, equals 120. Beautiful. Yes, then we add 40 on both sides. Good. 40 in equals 160. Divide by 40. N equals 4. Perfect. Amazing. Now, this is a great way to solve this problem. I know, Titania, I'm going to pick on you. You love to do a different way for this one. Can you tell us how to do it another way?
You take the 8 minus 8 minus 120 minus 8.
Okay, let's see. 5n minus
All right.
5 equals 120. Okay, so we have 8 times 5n minus 5.
Yeah.
So to get rid of 8 times,
You want to divide it.
perfect. So instead of distributing, if you don't like doing all the extra multiplication, we can just divide by 8 since we started with times 8. Okay, so what happens here?
The 8 cancel.
The 8's cancel.
And you get 15.
For 120 over 8?
You get 15.
Okay, perfect. 15. And what gets brought down?
You bring down the 5n minus 5.
Perfect. Okay.
Now you add 5.
Add
You
5.
add 5 to that one.
Okay.
You got 20.
5n equals 20.
And now you take and divide 5 from each side.
Perfect. We divide by 5, and what do you know? You're going to get the same answer. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So, there's 2 ways you could do this problem. Both are correct. They both work. It really just depends on what you prefer to do. If you like to distribute, do it. If you like to divide, do it. They both work. Okay. Any questions about number 11? About either of these methods? Okay. Since we have 2 problems written out, I see a few people getting sticky notes that want to write it. I'm going to pause this recording, let y'all catch up on your work, and write things that you might want to write, and then we'll unpause and look at 12. So now this is our last graded problem on this quiz. I have 5n minus 3 over 4 equals 3. So what's happening in this problem on this side of the equation? What's happening? What is this 4 doing?
Oh, you want the times?
Yeah, I do want to times. Yes, this is divided by 4 here. To get rid of divided by 4,
Yeah, so you times by each side.
yeah, we're going to multiply by 4 on both sides.
So none of 4's cancel out.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got 5n equals minus 3
Good.
equals 12.
Equals 12. 4 times 3 is 12. Perfect.
Now you want to
add 3 on each side.
Yes, add 3. Okay, what happens?
get 5n.
Yes, my 3's cancel.
Your 5n equals
5n equals
15.
15.
You divide by 5 on each side.
Yes.
Your 5's canceled,
N equals 3. There it is. All right, that's number 12, guys. That is the last problem you'll see on your actual quiz. This is the last one on the practice quiz, other than the bonus, of course. So, I do want to mention these questions, whenever you take your quiz, it is optional. You don't have to fill them out. If you get to number 12, you say, I'm done. That's fine. If you do try to solve these and you get them wrong, they don't hurt your grade. They don't count against you. You just don't get the bonus points. If you do get them right, you get bonus points. So it's always worth a try. So these are equations with variables on both sides of the equal sign. So along with all the steps we've been doing before, we have a few extra things to keep in mind. Let's start with this one here. 5n minus 6 equals negative 4 plus 6n. What do we think about doing first? What are we thinking?
The 5n,
Mm-hmm.
you want to times that under the negative 4.
Times it, multiply it?
Oh, multiply. No, divide. Yeah, backwards.
That's okay. So we're thinking about a couple of things here. If we only had a variable on one side,
We did that.
then we could start separating, do divided by 5. We could do a few things.
You're trying to
But
get it by itself.
yes, we want to get n by itself, and n is impossible to get by itself if it is separated on opposite sides of the equal sign. So we need to somehow get these on the same side. How could I do that? Do you guys remember? It's been a long weekend.
I got it written down right
Oh yeah?
here.
What did you write down?
Yeah. I took,
You gotta combine like terms.
yeah,
Yes, we are combining like terms. So if I have numbers with the same variable, like 5n and 6n, they both have n. I need to get these together. Remember, I can add and subtract like terms, like we did in Unit 1. So I have two options. I could do minus 5n on both sides, or I could do minus 6n on both sides.
You do, minus 5n.
Let's do minus 5n. Sometimes it's better to take away the smaller number so that you don't end up with a negative n. So let's maybe make a little step. Number 1, combine like
I don't know what we called it last time.
terms, and that's going to be with addition and subtraction. So we're going to subtract 5n from both sides. Okay. So what happens next?
Your 5n cancel out.
My 5n's cancel out. There's no more n over here. That is gone. Then what?
6n minus 5n equals 1n.
Good. 6n minus 5n is 1n. And if you have 1n,
You just put n.
you can just write n. So we've got n. Now what gets brought down?
The minus 6 equal signs.
Yes, my negative 6, my equal sign. What else?
Minus 4
Minus 4.
Equal n.
plus
We already brought our equal sign down.
plus sign.
Plus sign gets brought down. Now we have negative 6 equals negative 4 plus n.
You take negative 4 from 6.
You
You
add
add on
4.
both sides.
Yeah, so we want to get rid of negative 4. So to do that, we do plus 4. We're looking at the sign to the left of the number. Minus 4, we do the opposite, plus 4 on both sides.
Cancel.
My 4's cancel, good. Negative 6 plus 4.
Negative 2
Negative 2
equals n.
equals n. Very good. Very good. Now, this one was a little tricky, but it is a bonus question. Remember, it's worth giving it a go.
And see, last time we did on our little pre-algebra day 19 notes,
Uh-huh.
we took the 3 from the 4 in.
Yes, so we took the smaller n, right? So just like we did here, our 5 was smaller than our 6, so we took the 5 n away on both sides. However, you could do it the other way too. You could do minus 6
That's
in.
the way I was thinking.
Right, and you could do it that way. Here, I'll show it to you, written that way. And Melanie, I see your hand up. I'm gonna get to you right after I write this out real quick. So, I'll show you that we can do it the other way. You don't have to write this, but I'm just kind of showing you. So, let's say we tried subtracting 6 in from both sides. Is that what you were talking about? Okay, so minus 6 in, minus 6 in. Okay, so what happens here? Yes, my 6 ins cancel.
You get a -1.
Good, so 5 minus 6, -1 in. What gets brought down? Minus 6 equals minus 4. Okay. Plus 6 on both sides. -1n equals, it wouldn't be 10, -4 plus 6, +2. Good. So this is just like the problem, Jean pointed this out last week actually, where if we have a -n equals +2, it really means n is -2. We move the sign over, just like how here we got -2 for our answer. So, yeah. So that way does work too. You would just have to remember to bring your negative sign over to your answer. And just one extra little step there. Okay. Does anybody still need to see this work here? I can leave it up for a minute. Yes, no? Can I move it? Okay. And then, Melena, what was your question? Did it get answered or? Okay. Okay. Well, if you have another one, just let me know. I want to make sure we all know what's going on. Okay, this one's really tricky. This one is very tricky. Because now we have variables on both sides, but we also have something going on over here. So, what do you think we should do first? Ooh. This one's crazy. We're going to get rid of those parentheses. This one? Yes, the parentheses. We are going to distribute. Right? Meaning we multiply. Now, this is a special case where we wouldn't want to divide by -3. Well, I guess we could actually. We would just have to do it.
14, but 24.
Yeah, we could do that. So 24 divided by -3 and 6 divided by -3. Two different ways to do it. I'll show that way next. So let's pretend we multiply everything here. So what happens inside? -3 times 2 is? -6. -3 times -7n or -7n.
21.
Positive.
Positive 21.
Yes, it's going to be plus 21n or positive. Because what's happening here is if I bring down my minus sign and then I do -3 times 7, we end up with minus -21. And remember, minus negative is the same thing as plus. A negative and a negative cancel, become positive. So we have -6 plus 21n. And we bring the rest down. 24 plus 6n equals -6 plus 21n. What should I do next? Let's combine our like terms. Okay, so should I... Yeah, let's subtract 6n. And where else do I subtract 6n? Under 21n. Good. Okay. So, what happens next? Good. My 6's cancel. Okay, so I'm going to bring down 24 equals -6, 21n minus 6n.
15.
Good. Plus 15n. Okay, now what do I do?
You take -6 on 24.
So yes, we have -6 here.
You gotta add 6.
So yes, we need to do the opposite. Plus 6, plus 6. Okay. What happens next?
The 6's canceled.
Good.
Bring your 15 down,
Bring down 15n.
and that equals 30.
Equals 24 plus 6 is 30. One more step.
Now you divide.
Yeah. Divide by 15. And we get what? Yes, Brian, perfect. 30 divided by 15 is 2. 2 equals n. So, this bonus question, because there is one extra step there, you can tell by the work it took a lot longer. You can earn 1 bonus point for the first one. You can earn 1.5 on the second one. So that leaves you with a grand total of a possible, what is that? 2.5 extra points you could earn, which would take your grade up a few percentages. So it's worth it to try them at least. So this one is 1.5 bonus. And this one's just +1 bonus. Okay, that is your practice quiz, guys. Your quiz is identical to this, just different numbers. It's almost exactly the same. The problems are in the same order. I tried to keep our negatives in the same spots. So, now that we've all filled this out, we have a few options for the rest of class. We still have, let's see, about 40 minutes. In these 40 minutes, if you want to take the quiz today, you are more than welcome to. You just let me know and I will give it to you while it's all fresh in your brain. If not, this is all we're doing today. You're welcome to stay if you have questions. But if not, you're free to go. Yeah, that's it today. So I'm going to end the recording. If anyone decides they want to take the quiz early, let me know. You're welcome to stay in here and do that. But that is it.